Hello dear students, welcome to the first PUC online classes of Gopalswamy PU College, Mysore. I am Suma, economics lecturer. In today's session of online learning, let us learn about the calculation of unweighted index numbers under the chapter index numbers. As you all know, we are learning the chapters related to the part A, that is the statistics for economics. So now today let us discuss about the unweighted index numbers. In the previous sessions I have explained you about the methods of construction of index numbers. There are majorly two methods for the construction of index numbers. The first one is unweighted index number. The second one is weighted index number. So under the unweighted index number again there are two methods, that is the first one is simple aggregate method. The second one is simple average of price relatives. As you all know that the index numbers are expressed in terms of percentages only. So after every calculation we multiply it with 100 and then we obtain the result in terms of percentage. So under the unweighted method there are two methods, that is simple aggregate and the simple average of price relatives. Under the weighted method of calculation of index number we have the very important three methods. They are, the first one is Laspeyres method, second one is Pasch's method and the third one is Fisher's ideal index method. So in this Fisher's ideal index again we divide it into two. This Fisher's ideal index is again divided into two and they are the factor reversal test and the time reversal test. So in today's session let us learn about the calculation of the unweighted index numbers. These unweighted index numbers can be obtained by two of the formulas. So the first formula, that is to calculate the unweighted index number under the simple aggregate method, we follow this formula, that is the price, that is P01 equals sigma P1 divided by sigma P0 into 100. As you all know, we all know very well that the sigma P1, that is P1 is the value of the price indexes of this current year and P0 is the value of the price indexes of the base year. Next, under this method also we have a formula to calculate and the formula is P01 equals sigma P1 by P0 into 100 divided by 100. The total values of the current years and which are divided by the base year values and multiplied by 100 and finally they are divided by the number of the values. So now let's move towards the problems. Now let us calculate the unweighted index numbers for this problem. So the question will be like this: calculate price index numbers by using A, that is a simple aggregate method, and B, that is simple average of price relatives method. So in the problem they will give you the commodities and price of the base year and the price of the current year. So always the least year, the least number in the year says you that it is the base year and the highest number in the year will say you about that it is the current year. So the 2010 is the base year here, 2014 is the current year. So we are measuring the values of the index numbers with the help of the changes that have been taken place in respect of these 6 commodities from the year 2010 to 2014. So these are the contents of a problem. So in a problem only these are given. So for the commodity A, the price in the year 2010 was 22 and it has increased to 3 in the year 2014, that is it became 25. So for commodity B it was 10 and after that it became 14. For commodity C there is no variation, it is staying stable. So in the year 2010 also it is 6 and in the year 2014 also it is 6. And for commodity D it is increased from 8 to 10. For commodity E it is decreased from 7 to 4 and for commodity F it is decreased from 10 to 7. So now let us calculate two types of the unweighted index numbers as they have asked in the question itself. So for the first one, let us write the formula. First, we'll calculate the answer for the simple aggregate method. So we'll find the index number under the simple aggregate method. For that, only these three are given in the problem. First, we should see which is the base year. So the year 2010 is the base year. So base year is represented by P0 and the year 2010 is the base year. The base year is represented by P0 and 2014 is the current year and the current year is represented by P1. So first, let us see the formula. In the formula they have said P01 equals sigma P1 divided by sigma P0 into 100. So to obtain sigma P1, we should add these. So 25 plus 14 is 39, 39 plus 6 is 45, 45 plus 10 is 55, 55 plus 4 is 59, 59 plus 7 is 66. So sigma P1 is 66 that we have written here. So sigma P0, the total of all the values of the base year is 22 plus 10 is 32, 32 plus 6 is 38, 38 plus 8 is 46, 46 plus 7 is 53, 53 plus 10 is 63. So the sigma P0 is 63. In the formula we divide sigma P1 by sigma P0 and multiply it with 100. So sigma P1 is 66, sigma P0 is 63 and multiply with 100 we obtain 1.07 multiplied by 100. So 66 by 63 is 1.047. So this 1.047 is multiplied with 100 and after that we obtain 104.7. So this says that the prices have increased to 4.7% from base year 2010 to the current year, that is 2014. So there is an increase of 4.7% in the values of the commodities, in the values of these commodities, and we have taken the average of these 6 commodities. So this is the way of calculating the price index number under the unweighted price index number from the simple aggregate method. So now let us calculate the unweighted index number under the simple average method. For calculating the unweighted index number under the simple average of price relative method, the formula is P0 The formula is P01 equals sigma P1 divided by P0 into 100 divided by N. So N is the total value of the total number of commodities. Here the N is the total number of commodities. As there are 6 commodities, the N is 6. So for that, as you know that these 3 are given, the values of the base year and the current years are given. First now we should calculate the P1 divided by P0 into 100 and after that we will take the total of it. So the P1 is 25 divided by 22 multiplied by 100. We obtain 113.63. I'll just show you how we obtain this 113.63. That is 25 is the value of the current year divided by the base year value, that is 22, multiplied by 100, we obtained this value. So 113.63 is 25 divided by 22 multiplied by 100. So that is how we obtained the value 113.63. So like this, 14 divided by 10, then the product is multiplied by 100, we obtain 140. 6 divided by 6 is 1, is multiplied by 100 is 100, and so we wrote 100 here. Then 10 divided by 8 multiplied by 100. So the 10 divided by 8 is 1.25. 1.25 multiplied by 100 is 125. Then 4 divided by 7 is 0.5714, and this 0.5714 is multiplied by 100 as it is in the formula. So then we obtain 57.14, and 7 divided by 10 is 0.7 multiplied by 100 is 70. So then we obtain this value. So this is how we obtain the value of the P1 divided by P0 into 100. So when we add all these, when we add all these values, we obtain the sigma P1 divided by P0 into 100, and we got 605.77. So this is the sigma value of P1 divided by P0 into 100. So here we will go with the formula. So formula says that sigma P1 by P0 into 100 divided by n. So sigma P1 by P0 into 100 is 605.77, and n value is 6 because there are 6 commodities. So 605.77 divided by 6 is 100.96. So the price index number under the simple average of price relatives method is 100.96. So this is how we obtained the values from simple aggregate method and simple average method. So for this one problem is enough. You can put imaginary values or you can go through the problems in the textbook and you can work out. So next we will move towards the weighted averages or weighted index numbers. Now let us see about the calculation of the weighted index numbers. For that the problem will be like this. Calculate the price index numbers for 2018 taking 2008 as base year. So they did not say anything about the weight of the index number. In the question they did not ask you to calculate the weighted index number, but after saying the problem you should understand that they have given the weights, so they expect the answer for the problem under weighted index number method. So for that now let us see the problem. So these are the 4 columns given in the problem. The first one is commodity. There are 6 commodities like A, B, C, D, E, F. Then the weights of each commodity is given. The weight for commodity A is 60, commodity B is 50, C is 55, for D it is 40, and for E it is 45, and for F it is 50. So the total weight or sigma weight is 300. When we add all these we obtain 300. Then the price of 2008, that is the base year price. You know P0 is the base year price and the price of the current year. So the price of the current year is P1. So the price of the base year, that is 2008, is given here. So it is 24.50, 26.50, 25, 22, 27 and 20. And for the prices of the formula to calculate the weighted price index number is P01 equals sigma PW divided by sigma W. That is the weight of the sigma P divided by the sigma weight. The sigma weight is 300 that we have obtained in the problem itself. So when we add the weights we get the sigma weight, and the sigma weight is 300. So the sigma PW we have to calculate the P first, and after calculating we should multiply the value of P with the weights. Then we obtain the sigma PW. For that we should write another 2 columns. We should calculate the values of the P and PW. So these 4 are already given in the problem, and now let us calculate the value of P. So after we obtain the value of P, we multiply this P value with the weight, and then we obtain the PW, that is the P weight or price weight. Now P1 by P0 into 100. P1, that is the value of the current year divided by the base year. 34.50 divided by 24.50 into 100 is 140.81. 32.50 divided by 26.50 multiplied by 100 is 122.64, and 30 divided by 25 multiplied by 100 is 120. 33 divided by 22 multiplied by 100 is 150. 34.50 divided by 27 into 100 is 127.77. 30 divided by 20 is 100. 30 divided by 20 multiplied by 100 is 150. So these are all the individual P values, individual values of the prices. So when we obtain this individual price values, to obtain the price weights, we should multiply these individual values with the respective weights. So 140.81 multiplied by 60 is 8448.60. 50 multiplied by 122.64 is 6132. And 55 multiplied by 120 is 6600. 40 multiplied by 150 is 6000. 45 multiplied by 127.77 is 5749.65, and 50 multiplied by 150 is 7500. So we obtain the individual price weights now. So we have 6 individual price weights. To obtain the sigma price weight, we should add all these. So when we add the values of the individual price weights, we obtain 40,430.25, that is 40,430.25. So now let us put that sigma PW value upon the sigma weight value, that is 40,430.25 divided by 100. So after dividing this, we obtain 134.76. So the conclusion is the prices have been increased from base year to current year to the extent of 34.76%. So this helps to know about the increase in the prices of the necessary commodities in the basket of goods. So this is the calculation of the unweighted index numbers and the weighted index numbers. In our future sessions, let us calculate the weighted index numbers of last year's, past years and others. I wish to end today's session with a thought for the day. The thought is, difficult doesn't mean impossible. It only means that you have to work hard. So many a times we think or we feel that a task is very difficult. Any difficult task becomes possible only when we have the initiative to accept it and work for it. So difficult doesn't mean impossible. It only means that you have to work hard. So there is nothing called asadhya. Everywhere if we try, we can make it with ಕಷ್ಟ ಸಾಧ್ಯ. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಮಾತು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಅಸಾಧ್ಯ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಯಾವುದೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಕಷ್ಟ ಸಾಧ್ಯ. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಪಟ್ಟರೆ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟರೆ ಅದು ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Therefore, difficult doesn't mean impossible. I have seen many a student saying that this problem is difficult, this lesson is very difficult to learn, this concept is very difficult to understand. So if you repeatedly work hard on the same problem, or if you repeatedly go on learning it by reading as well as rewriting it, it will be registered in your mind and that doesn't become impossible. So everything is difficult when we see it. When we start working on it, it becomes simple and easy. So with this, I conclude today's session. Thank you.